So we're here at FOUNDDESIGN, and I'm with Malcom Cairns, the owner of FOUNDDESIGN for how many years, Malcolm?
Well, it's 20 years.
20 years, the owner of FOUNDDESIGN, and Pridham's Auctions and Appraisals is very honored to have been chosen to sell the contents of FOUNDDESIGN on your retirement. That's fantastic. And we're thrilled by the quality of the room and the amount of choice pieces that you've amassed over your career. And how did you end up starting this sort of business, Malcolm? What was it that drove you to fill a space like this with all this beautiful material?
I know it sounds like lunacy, doesn't it? But I'm a collector. I've always been a collector, and really, FOUNDDESIGN was a vehicle to advance my own collecting and to also connect with all the collecting community in Ottawa. So my entire philosophy about FOUNDDESIGN has been for local collectors.
Right.
And that's guided me in my principles of being very light-handed with any restorations or refinishing, and it's all about originality.
That's beautiful. Yeah, originality. That crosses many collecting areas, and again is important in this particular genre as well. Collectors like untouched, original finish. I know that's a big part of your mantra, is finding those kinds of pieces. So that's fantastic. We happen to be sitting at just a fabulous example of part of your inventory, part of one of the objects that will be coming up next Wednesday at auction. And tell me about this table, Malcolm.
I first saw this set 30 years ago in a client of mine's home, and he was the original purchaser. Bought it in Toronto in the 70s. I fell in love with it then, and I worked with the client for, well, the last 3 decades.
Right.
Always with a mind to, wow, I'd really like that set one day.
Yeah.
So this year was the year that I got the set with the intent on keeping it.
Right.
Unfortunately, my wife had another plan, and so it's being offered, and along with the rest of the material.
So tell me about the designer.
Eero Saarinen is the son of Eliel Saarinen. Eliel Saarinen being a Finnish architect who immigrated to the States to become one of the professors at the Cranbrook Academy.
Okay.
So Saarinen's classmates were Charles and Ray Eames, Harry Bertoya, Ralph Rapson. Yeah. So he came out of this creative ferment. He was an architect in his own right. Mm-hmm. This is a signature piece of his. The tulip set
is beautiful.
Yeah,
it's really beautiful. Let's go into some detail around this, and maybe it's fairly. This table is very simple lines, and it's very sturdy, and the chairs are exceptionally comfortable. I'm a big guy. I'm sitting in this one of these swivel chairs, and I'm very comfortable in it. So really beautifully designed, very ergonomic, I guess you would say, with the original foam and fabric on the seats.
I love the quote from Eero Saarinen where when he was asked about the design in the period, he said his principal inspiration was to get rid of the slum of legs.
The slum of legs, okay. Well, he's done that well, hasn't he?
Each chair and the table only have one leg.
So they do, absolutely. So, it's not a bad principle. I think it's really great.
But less is more.
Yeah, less is more. Well, it's really spectacular, and it's going to find a wonderful new home. And incidentally, we've centered the table with this beautiful piece of glass. Tell us about this.
Well, that's by an Italian architect, Sergio Asti, for the Murano company Vistosi. It was originally part of a series that he designed in the 1960s. This particular one is called Ioni. They were reissued in the early 80s in a very limited number.
Okay.
I think it was 33 examples of each piece. And this is immaculate condition. It comes with the original pamphlet that
Right, yeah.
you know, tells its provenance.
Yeah. It's very complimentary to the table, actually. It looks great sitting on this table. So, well, that's fantastic, Malcolm. I mean, so next Wednesday, that's the 17th. It's the 17th of May, next Wednesday at, I think it's 11 o'clock in the morning. It's on our website, pridhams.ca. You'll find the entire catalog there, including these pieces. And the pre-bidding is open, and we hope you join us for an absolutely fantastic day. Go home with some fabulous pieces of mid-century designer works of art from Found Design.